and then it's gonna be shitty later.
Well, tell you what, when I come back in 4 years,
He's gonna be like, God damn it, that's the best audio. The rest sounds like shit.
It would be funny if like the hat just like localizes it somehow.
all right. Okay, so, God, what episode is it now?
12.
12.
Fuck
Me. All right.
Past the halfway point.
Yeah.
There's 22 episodes in season 1.
We just gotta keep it up.
It's like,
Yeah.
just
Can't
like,
keep
we
just
can't
keep
get-
missing weeks.
it's like
You
Dory
can't
said.
have your mantis until you finish your Baywatch nights.
We still haven't ruled out Nightmare.
No, of course we have a rule out Nightman.
Also, Thunder in Paradise.
Thunder in
Hulk
Paradise.
Hogan with a speedboat. That's what that show is.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm not sure what we have ruled out. To be honest.
Yeah, we haven't ruled out much. Cleopatra 2525 in play.
That's not I want it to be. It's in play. I must follow. I don't make the rules, but I do follow them.
Nobody makes the rules.
Exactly.
We have no rules.
You say things and then it becomes canon. That's all it is.
Yep. Which is the thing is now we're gonna have to watch 3 shows at once. Bounce around from Pacific Blue to Pensacola Wings of Gold.
That's the worst.
It is the worst. Like, what was that? I don't even remember what's going
No, that'd be the worst. That'd be the worst change in format where we each watch our own show and we have to explain it to the other 2 people. That's the worst.
I am not involved in this.
Then he can watch Romantic. And Viper. I can watch Thunder in Paradise and Acapulco Heat. Where he gets Pacific Blue and Pensacola Wings of Gold.
No.
No, he wants to watch Relic Fighter or whatever the fuck.
Relic Fighter? You mean Relic Hunter?
No, Relic Finder.
They wish they were on there.
The sequel to Cleopatra 2525, Cleopatra 3737.
Relic Finder is just when they're walking down the street and they go, oh, look.
There's one. Just walk away.
Credits. Da, 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 da.
And of course, the worst part is I know that I would be forced to watch Cleopatra 2525 simply because
You would.
You know you'd enjoy it.
I would not enjoy it. I despise that show. It's so awful
You'd just be
and not in a fun way. The worst episode of Baywatch Nights is way better than the best episode of Cleopatra 2525.
It sounds like we're doing Cleopatra 2525 next.
Fuck you.
Between season 1 and season 2 of Baywatch Nights. Cleopatra
Just
2525.
sneak in a little bit of Cleopatra 25.
Yeah, right before the point that you're actually trying to get to in
Right,
Baywatch
yep.
Night, you're going to sneak in
Just
Cleopatra.
shift those gears. You know what they say about changing a horse midstream? You do it.
Yeah.
Well, you got to kick it off when it's starting to flounder.
Right. The Yoshi maneuver.
How many episodes of Cleopatra 2525?
I was just going to look that up, and then I realized I didn't want to know.
You want to know.
84.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like 1 season.
I hope it's just one season.
It's one season of 84 episodes.
Jeez.
28 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
What?
The theme song to Cleopatra 2525 was performed by Gina Torres.
Okay.
Because she's one of the people.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I knew that.
yeah.
But
And Baywatch Nights is the theme was performed by Hasselhoff. So maybe our rules are shows where the star performs the theme song. Eventually we'll get to Frasier.
Oh, my.
Interesting. I'm going to look that up.
Can we skip to Frasier?
no.
No, we got to take the long road to Frasier.
I wish we had named the podcast that. The Long Road to Frasier.
That would be. That's not bad. That's not bad.
They're like, what's the long road to Frasier? Anyway, Baywatch Nights.
So on this week's episode of Viper,
Oh boy, yeah, that would be something. Okay.
anyway,
So, episode 12.
Thin Blood.
So this episode, pretty unique. First scene, New York. Yep. There's like a dude, a chick, in a car.
In an alley.
Yep. And they're up to something. You're not sure what. She's like nervous, like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, be fine. So he goes down the alley, gets out the car.
He tells her not to freak out.
Yeah, don't freak out. Whatever you do, don't freak out.
Don't do it.
Yep.
The one thing you shouldn't do.
So he walks down the alley. He's got like a briefcase. Then two other dudes, suits, pop out, and supposed to be some deal that's going down, and it immediately turns into a gunfight.
Yeah.
Just Uzi, just spray and pray Uzi fight.
Yeah, it's just, he's like, oh, is it, do you have the thing? He's like, yeah, I have the thing. But instead he just pulls it Uzi out of the suitcase?
I think so.
I think that's what it is. He opens up the suitcase to show him, but nope, it's an Uzi. He pulls it out to start shooting at him.
Yeah. Shoots about 97 bullets. Uzi's one of the dudes. He's back, gets him down. Gets winged, kind of shot in like the side. Not a fatal hit, but an oucher. He radios her first before he gets shot. He radios her. She pulls up in the car. Just gunfight. She's not doing anything but screaming. She's immediately freaking out.
Yeah, she immediately freaks out and leaves, abandons him.
Yeah. He gets shot and she's like, fuck it, I'm out.
He does throw the suitcase or something. He throws something in the car.
Yeah. He opens the door to get in when he gets shot.
Right.
And then he just, so he's just like, and he's like, fuck it, and just leaves.
Yeah. Immediately panics and leaves.
Yeah. And then he kills the other guy in the suit.
Uh-huh.
So, 2 to 3 dead assholes in an alley at this point.
Uh-huh.
And so then we cut from there to back at the agency. Angie's talking about this case with a judge who's sleeping with an attorney, but that's not going to be the case, so you don't give a shit.
Like, that is not even a B plot.
Yeah. So they're going through motions for a couple minutes, and then they're knocking the door, and it's the chick from the car, and that's Angie's sister, Charlie. So evidently this family was just about naming boys' names because it's Charlie and Ryan.
Yeah, they just hate girls' names.
Yeah.
Well, I decided.
The father wanted boys.
Probably.
Presumably, but you think after the first one, maybe they would think about it for a second.
No. You just gotta commit. You're like, this time it's gonna be the case. Just this one's Charlie. You just swing for the fences.
It's a girl, so Charlie.
Yep.
Charlie.
Right?
Yep. No changing now. I wrote it in ink.
I mean, there was the kids at my school who the whole family was named wrong. So. Yeah.
Like George Foreman, where all his kids are George.
Yeah, sort of.
Even the girls.
Uh-huh.
So, she comes in, says that, she's in town for a little while. Immediately, Hoff wants to bang her. Just immediately, he's like...
Yeah, he's immediately trying to get in her pants.
Yeah. Like, from Jump Street.
To be fair, not bad looking.
No. Evidently, when you name all the boys' names, come out pretty nice looking.
Uh-huh.
So, when she's there, Hoff picks up the phone, and it's a call for her. And it's the dude who got shot.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically gives her the where's the money Lebowski over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
she does the little. I'm gonna keep talking and talk about something completely different than what you're talking. Oh, I'm not coming back. I haven't had a vacation for 2 years, and then sneakily hangs up the phone. But Hoff, because this is Baywatch Nights 2.0, he notices the light go out on the phone, so he knows that
he just sees her just press the little receiver.
Yeah, because the phone on his desk, he sees the light go out. He's like, oh, something's up. Then he's like, I'm not going to worry about that for a while.
Well, this episode actually brings me to the conclusion that Hoff's other superpower in this show is just like noticing people and people's behaviors. He just seems really he's always seems to be the one who picks up on that shit for people. He always notices when people are sketchy before everybody else does.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything about it.
He rarely does anything about it.
Yeah. He's like, I detected a
That's
trap.
weird.
He's like the rogue that detects a trap and opens the door anyway.
Yeah. He notices it, and sometimes he remarks on it to somebody, whoever's there. But,
Yeah. Or the audience when they used to do the voiceover.
Yeah.
Not anymore, that's dead. So, Charlie has lunch with the Hoff.
Because, what is it? Angie's busy.
Yeah, I gotta go do some bullshit. I don't even remember what.
Working on the case.
The case is not gonna matter.
The case that nobody cares about.
Yeah. Technically, there's a couple of references to it in the episode, but...
Yeah. It's just an excuse to keep her out of the picture.
Yeah. So yeah, they're eating lunch together. Charlie tells Hoff that Angie was Miss Texas when they were younger. And he comes up a couple times later, but it's not anything. And then Donna, the owner of the new Lou Rawls, she comes by because they're eating outside at the bar.
Yeah.
And Charlie's like, oh, I lost all my clothes from the airline, lost my luggage, I don't have anything. And then Donna's like, oh, I keep a full-ass wardrobe in my trunk. Just go grab a bunch of shit.
And she's immediately like, oh, yeah, we'll just go into my trunk. And
my just-in-case clothes, where I just have a trunk full of clothes.
Montage.
And then Hoff immediately, after this, figures out a way to get her in a bathing suit and on a jet ski.
Yeah. That's like the very next scene is, what is it? Ellaby and Angie Harmon come back from whatever they were doing, and they're like, "Where's my sister?" and I think Donna just looks out into the water, and there they are. Just
no, it's Ellerby does Ellerby does the eye point. He just goes, and then and then it's just 30 seconds of just Hoff and her on the back of a jet ski. Not quite the 2-minute musical montage of the past, but it was dipping its toes in the water there.
Oh, there was a thing there where, what is it? She calls them something, and then he calls them something else entirely.
Yeah, it was, she calls them water bikes.
Right.
And then he calls them wave runners.
Yeah.
That's we're getting a little bit ahead here, because first he proposes the jet ski, and then it comes later.
I just noticed that. I'm like, okay, jet ski, sure.
Back in New York, the guy who's been shot, he's just like shambling around like the guy in the human suit and Men in Black. He's just like just like sweaty and bad. And
in random alleys. Apparently.
Yeah, just stumbling. He can't walk straight. Who knows how long it's been? It's been a couple days. He's just wandering the alleys of New York bleeding. And a couple guys in suits
pull up in a car.
Yep. And they're like, what's going on? And he immediately just gives up all the information he possibly can.
Right. He's in no position to do anything about it.
Yeah.
It's down there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. This is one of the things that happened too. Right before the jet ski talk was Charlie had snuck off to call a guy about getting a fake passport.
Right.
This really skeezy looking dude. And so the guy, he he found out about it because the passport guy knows him too, and so he immediately gives up all the information he has.
Right.
She's in L.A. Here's the guy who she contacted about a passport. She's got a sister, works at this detective agency, and then they're like, okay, cool, and then just kill him.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the Eddie Cibrian character, who was introduced in the credits last episode, makes his only appearance in this episode.
For about 5 seconds?
Maybe 10. Ellerby's like, when you go on a stakeout, bring lots of food and pay attention. All right, thanks for helping out. Get out of the screen.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yep.
Does he even have a speaking line?
He says like okay or something.
Yeah. And then Angie says like, thanks for helping out Griff. And I didn't even understand the name Griff. I had to look it up because it said so quickly. I was like, what name was that? It's Griff.
Yeah.
His name is Griff. That's all we know. He's gone now. He's Destiny 2.0. Yeah. After the jet ski montage, Angie and Charlie are together again. They've pulled up to Angie's place, the sweet trailer on the cliff, and Charlie is immediately telling Angie like, "You got to get on that Hofcock." She's like, "You like right away."
Yeah. She's pushing really hard for them to hook up.
She's like, "You gotta bang him. Trust me."
She's like, "Why haven't you banged him? He's so attractive."
Yeah, obviously he's the hop. You gotta get in there. Yeah, and Angie after that little exchange, Angie's like, "Okay, so what are you doing here? I know you didn't just show up to visit because every time you show up, you've got something going on."
And yeah, she's actually contacted ahead of time.
Yeah,
she just showed up
out
out
of
the
the
blue. And at this point, it's kind of clear that she's the wild child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always causing problems and stuff. And immediately Charlie's like, "Well, fuck you."
Yeah.
Because she obviously just gets defensive, and then Angie backs off and apologizes. And then we go. Next scene is in Nights, and this scene threw me off for a couple seconds because it starts off with Charlie hustling some guys in a dart game for drinks, and Hoff is watching her. I'm like, all right, this is a weird date where he's just watching her get drinks from other dudes, and I'm like, well, maybe he's just watching her now. He's just observing. That's what I thought next, because she walks over to the guy about the...
she meets up with her contact who's making a fake passport.
Her passport guy. He takes a picture just in the bar, like you can just have a picture from a bar. It's your passport picture with like one of those disposable cardboard cameras. And I'm like, okay. And Hoff is just like making the weirdest, like staring at you face.
Yeah. He's just blatantly staring at her.
Yeah.
I just got the image of, it was like National Lampoon's in Vegas or whatever, and it has like he goes to get the fake ID, and they just give him this big placard with his head inside of it.
Might as well.
Yeah.
And he's just like staring her down. I'm like, okay, he's being sneaky, obviously. Just staring at her. And then next she just walks up to him. I was like, it is some kind of weird date. What the hell?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird scene where she just decides to start talking to him for no real reason, just because he's there. Or the implication is that they were talking before she got involved in the dart game, and they went over to take a picture with that dude, which is also weird.
Yeah. And she has some bullshit excuse about, oh, that guy thought he took my picture because he thought I was Demi Moore. And like Hobbs' bullshit detector just automatically going up. But she is being generous with the drinks that she hustled from dudes at the dart table. So gets him around. And then Hoff just brings out one of these to Angie, who's sitting outside. Seemingly by herself.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yeah.
Well, the dynamic further establishes that Angie is the straight-laced, boring sister.
Yeah.
I think during the previous conversation, like that was a thing, as well. about how when what is it? Charlie gets defensive about the whole situation. She's like, "Oh yeah, you never do anything that's spontaneous or whatever, because you're boring, you're predictable."
Yeah.
That is the thing.
That's why she wants. She's like, you never do anything crazy like fuck your coworker for no reason.
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, he brings a drink out to Angie because she's out there being kind of mopey, and then Angie tells Hoff how her mother died, where Charlie got in trouble, was in jail.
Got arrested or
Yeah,
something.
and when the mom was going to the jail to pick her up, she got in a car accident.
Died.
Yeah. So, yeah, kind of a buzzkill for him because he's like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah, that's a lot of ice water in that situation.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, my sister indirectly killed my mother."
Yeah, and she's like, she always is just getting in trouble, and Hoff's like, "Hey, maybe she's changed," and it's like, Hoff, you just saw her lying and doing other fucking shady shit.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, "No, trust her this time. Nothing can go wrong."
Seems legit.
So, yeah. Then we cut to the airport. We see some of the suit toughs from New York who shot her partner guy. They land in L.A. So we know they're in town now. The only thing they really do in that scene is give some money to somebody who's asking for money.
Yeah, they
Oh, so they're the good guys.
they just get out of the airport and some dude's panhandling and they're just like, here, just get...
I think it was like one of those like help the something ladies and then
Was that it?
yeah, and he just like pulls some money
yeah,
out.
he just pulls out some water cash and
Yeah.
puts it in their hand. Keep walking.
Yep. And then next, Charlie has made breakfast for Angie outside the trailer. And she's just basically still trying to convince her to bang the Hoff.
Yeah, you're basically just trying to work out their differences as sisters who are very different from each other.
Yeah. Basically comes down to if it makes feel good, do it.
Yeah, just do whatever.
Yeah.
If you feel good,
Fuck it.
maybe it's illegal, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe it's immoral.
Yeah. Who
If
cares?
it makes you feel good,
That's what matters.
that's what matters.
That's what friends are for.
So, we see the...
When you say that's what friends are for, then you talk about, hey, fuck your friends.
Then we see the passport guy. He's in a t-shirt shop that he works in, and like in the back room, there's the different stuff for making the passport. The suit tough guys come in to murder him. He's out of the picture now.
Yeah, they just start asking questions.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. Where's the money?
Yep.
Where's Charlie? Etc. Etc.
Yep. Then just get him. They do like the fade to black and then silencer shots.
Right.
Oh, gunshot over black. That's classy.
Yep. Then Hoff's talking to Ellerby. He's like, I know they're on the pier, one of the 3 outdoor locations that they love. He's talking on the pier. He's like, I know who took her picture at the bar. He's a guy who does all kinds of false documents. And it's like, okay, yeah. So if you knew that and you're still telling Angie, nah, she's probably changed. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
What can go wrong other than total heartbreak?
the only two situations I think, and neither of them are good, by the way, are he's trying to keep her off guard by not acting suspicious and not acting suspicious around, not trying to make Angie suspicious either. So the whole idea of to fool your enemies, you have to fool your friends, that sort of deal, and or he's hoping that he's wrong about it.
Yeah, it's possible, but yeah, he's willing to let Ellerby know, but not Angie at this point.
Yeah, it's they're both really bad They're both really bad ideas.
Yeah, it's like, what could go wrong here? Who could
I could understand in the the former case where he's just trying not to tip her off that he's on her.
Yeah.
That he doesn't encourage, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
That he doesn't discourage at this either. He just kind of remains neutral about the whole situation.
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, yeah, get invested emotionally in this, Angie. That's what I want.
Yeah. And then right after this, Donna gets out of a limo, the back of a limo, and does what I dubbed the walk of absolutely no shame.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, she gets out, does the big lipstick kiss on the window, like holding her shoes from last night. Angie comes up, she's like, good morning. She's like, oh, I guess it is morning. And just like strutting like she has no fucking care in the world.
Right.
Like she just gave out her the last fuck she had in that limo. And Angie's like, at this point in time, she's like, do you think I'm boring? Lady who just got out of a limo you obviously banged in? And she's immediately like, yes. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. And no chill about it at
Yeah. Just stone cold, just fucking no.
Yeah,
no fucking doubt.
You boring.
Yep. So, Angie took Charlie to the place with all the shops where the t-shirt shop was. Dropped her off there. Hoff followed. And he sees her go into the t-shirt shop. Follows in.
Charlie slips away to go there.
And then he hears her. Runs in and found the dead guy, and somebody's trying to the guy shot him, like comes out like gotcha bitch, and Hoff just fucking just decks him, like flies over the desk, because again this is the second half of the season now where he's competent and stuff, so he wins a fight.
Wow, he wasn't even wet.
No. Yeah. He just punches the shit out of this guy, and then he just fucking cheese it. There's hauling ass now.
Yeah, so then it's a little chase scene.
Yep.
They're running away from this dude, going through some alleys and through some stalls, what have you.
Yeah. And big move is Hoff just runs through a basketball court where some people are playing basketball, and one of the guys is like, what the hell, Hoff? What are you doing? Hoff's like, there's a guy chasing us with a beard. Slow him down.
Yeah, he knows these people.
Yeah. So,
makes sense. He's a local lifeguard. And it's right next to the beach.
Yeah. So, and this is where we learn that basketball tough is better than suit tough, because they immediately intimidate the shit out of him.
Right. Yeah. The dude comes along, and a couple of the basketball guys are just like, no, you're not going.
Yeah, he tries to do.
You go around.
He tries to do the chase scene thing where you're running and you just shove somebody and they just fly out of your way. Except for he just bounces off this asshole.
Right.
And then
the one of the guys is way taller than
him.
him.
Yeah, he's just towers over him.
The other guy is about as tall as he is, and he's not a short guy. So
yeah, so when he just runs into this brick shit house, he's like, "I'm coming through here," and they're like, "No, you ain't."
Nope. You go around.
Yeah. And
we go through here. You go around.
Yeah, so he just kind of mopes off around the corner.
That was good. That was quality.
Sad trombones.
That's all it needed, really. It was just a slide whistle or a sad trombone. That's what it really needs.
Yeah.
While this is going on, Hoff and Charlie are trying to hide.
Yeah, they duck behind like a big umbrella, like a big beach umbrella.
And Hoff asks, "What the hell this is about? Why is somebody dead, and why are they chasing you?" Because he doesn't know. He knows something's fishy, but he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh."
Yeah, she comes up with some BS story. I forget what the details were.
She said that she gives like the half truth of there was a deal and it went wrong, and I have their money and I don't even want it, but now I'm scared they're gonna kill me, and then I flew here and the airline lost the money, so I don't have anything.
And now they're trying.
Yeah, and I can't give them what I don't have. Her angle. There's like one of the Baywatch trucks like pulls up, and they just jump in the back, get away that way, and the Guido sees them get away.
The non-speedo Guido.
Yeah. They and then Angie is like in the parking lot area outside of Knights, and this one of the other suit guys comes up.
The leader.
Yeah.
Of the group.
Yeah.
Of the group. There's like 4 of them.
Yeah. He's like he comes up to her, comes up to Angie. He's like, "Excuse me," and she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you Charlie's sister?" And she's like, "What did she do now?" He's like, "Hey, come with me." And she's way too trusting immediately. And then she starts to follow him, and then sees the gun in his
suit.
In his holster. And she's like, "Actually, never mind." I'll like close the door, and he
tries to start.
Yeah, starts, and he just breaks the window and just
yanks her out.
Yeah. And then Hoff, when he gets there, he sees the window broken out, goes upstairs, asks Ellerby, like, "Where's Angie?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Car's bust that broken window outside." And they start, like, getting ready to freak out a little bit. And this is when the phone rings, and it's Angie calling the hostage situation thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know what this is about, but they want the money. And so Hoff finally freaks out.
At this point, it gets pretty heated.
Yeah,
and then they bring out the marmot.
At this point, it gets pretty heated because Hoff is very upset.
Yeah,
he's real pissed about the situation because he knows.
Yeah.
That Charlie's shady and is up to shit. And Ellerby's just coming to the situation.
Yeah.
So he's not happy about it either.
Yeah. The thing about Ellerby is he plays cool in this situation, though. He plays everything fucking. Uh-huh. He's the steady hand here because Hoff.
He's the good cop.
Yeah.
Hoff is the bad cop.
Yeah. So they she pulls out the briefcase. She's like, "Here's the briefcase," and she's like, I can't open it." And Ellerby's like, "I could do that shit." He just pulls out a knife and just pops the locks open.
Picks the lock.
Yeah. Pops it open. It's just a New York phone book in there. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, "What are we gonna do?" And Hoff's like, "We're gonna make the trade anyway."
They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
They don't have the money.
Yeah.
So they have no choice but to try and fake
it. They got to bring the ringer, man.
Yeah.
So that's their plan, and Ellerby's like, almost. He goes over to his drawer, just fucking pulls out some guns, starts handing them out like fucking Halloween candy.
Yeah, he after that he's like, almost.
Yeah,
starts getting guns.
Yep, guns and spare mags.
There's a particularly good bit there that I liked where he gives Hoff a gun. Hoff doesn't want to take a gun.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't know, I don't do that. He's like, nope, it's Angie.
Yep,
we're not.
Yeah.
We don't fuck around.
Yeah, no fuck arounds here. They might have a bike over there.
She's the waifu.
Yeah. You never know when a bicycle wizard's going to pop out. You know you're weak against him.
So, and then the next scene, Hoff is getting something from a weird old man in a truck.
This is funny.
Yeah, you don't know what it is, and he's like, I don't know what these are for, and I don't want to know.
Yeah, he's like, here, take these. I don't know why you need these. I don't want to know why you need these. Yep. And he's like, you still know how to use them? And he's like, yeah.
And then it's on to the rescue scene now. So there's like one of these suit toughs hanging out, and Hoff is like they're like in this weird abandoned warehouse situation.
I'd say less warehouse, more like industrial type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's some weird industrial beachfront
right
thing. And he's on like this pipe that's like probably like 10 feet up.
Hoff is.
Yeah, Hoff is. And he's like, and so he distracts the guy by going like, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, he just goes, hello there, more or less. I forget what he actually says. He
but
basically just says hello.
He's like doing like one of those ridiculous poses with like his legs crossed over a knee, and he's like just like on his side, like the Thriller cover.
Right. Yep.
And yeah, he says woo, and then just Ellerby just comes out of nowhere and just socks the shit out of the guy. He's out like a fucking light. And then they sneak through. They get to evidently that was like the one guard they had, which is Charlie. Not Charlie, because it's an actual character's name.
No, one of the characters is actually Charlie.
Yeah, Steve.
Yep.
Steve's gonna take care of it. He's the one guard we need.
Yeah, like I said, they have like 4 people in this organization.
So once he's out of the picture, they can just sneak up to to where this deal is supposed to go down in the back, and
which is kind of weird to think about because they were supposed to come there for a deal. I don't know why they really needed to knock this man unconscious.
Well, she was supposed to go alone was the thing.
Oh, that was it.
Charlie was supposed to go alone.
That was it.
So after they knocked out Steve, Charlie goes up with the briefcase while Hoff and Ellerby sneak up, doing their covert ops shit. Because once again, I gotta remind people, Hoff was a Navy SEAL. Which is weird that he's like, I don't want a gun. I only served in the Navy fucking SEALs. Was he the harpoonman? What the fuck?
Maybe he doesn't like guns anymore.
No, we've gone through this. He was literally a SEAL.
No, that's just your version.
Yeah.
You keep coming back to this. It's just your version. Where he's literally a SEAL, and this is all just a fever dream. No, he's actually a SEAL. Actually, was a SEAL. My theory is that he doesn't like guns anymore.
That could be.
He has gun trauma.
Maybe we'll have to watch Baywatch to get the backstory.
Perhaps.
So,
what's that, Marty?
Yeah.
More Baywatch.
Got it.
How many seasons is that?
I think it's like 10.
I know.
There's like 200 episodes, man.
Anyway.
Then Baywatch Hawaii. I think there's some movies.
Yeah, some movies. There's definitely movies.
So yeah, Charlie gives him the briefcase. She's, nervous as fuck in the situation. It's more real than she was prepared for. And the main tough guy, they try to open it, and like the dragon of the situation, like the heavy, tries to open it for the boss, and he's like, I don't got the combination.
But boss doesn't give a shit. Immediately shoots the locks off.
Yeah.
Which is kind of reckless considering he thinks there's money in there.
Yeah.
It's just a suitcase. It's not like a metal bulletproof suitcase.
No.
It's a regular ass
what?
suitcase.
Yeah, just
Really?
a briefcase. Yeah, just a briefcase with like the little like 3...
Oh, I was assuming one of those like aluminum ones.
No, not one of those Halliburton fancy specials. No, this is just like a leather briefcase with a little 3 number combo. Yeah, that's.
But then he break the suitcase.
Yeah. So the bullet holes are fine.
Yeah, no. This is not like a metal suitcase or anything. Like that.
No.
You can smash it with a hammer.
Yeah, you just cut the side out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so shoots it, pulls over it, phone book, and this is where Hoff makes his move, just throwing grenades.
Yeah, that part is fucking wild. And like starts throwing frag grenades in the middle of this nonsense.
Yeah, it's like a hostage situation with 2 friendlies in his first move. So opening gambit is just grenades. two frags go out.
Presumably, this is what was in this. Was in the kit.
Yeah, and then 3 smoke grenades, like a blue and a couple white smoke grenades. So after there's confusion because who the fuck brings grenades to a hostage situation?
I mean, maybe that's what he's banking on. Just, I'm crazy, motherfucker. You don't know who you're messing with. I used to be a SEAL. Luckily these are TV frag grenades, so they're shit and they don't blow up.
Yeah, they're just the gas can poof fire.
Right. They blow up like their explosion is like 2 feet wide or whatever.
Yeah. Just a little fireball.
And there's no
plumes.
fragmentation
Yeah.
to worry about.
And then there's a weird scene where I gather Ellerby actually shoots this guy, but it wasn't real clear that he got shot at first. The guy who was up top.
Oh, yeah.
Because the guy's like coming up like he's gonna shoot them, and he's got an Uzi. Ellerby sees him, bang, and the guy looks like he's startled, and then they cut down and he's falling off the building. So his I got shot motion was just like a little like ooh, like he got startled by a cat coming out of it.
Yeah, it was so great because as soon as I saw the dude that they had on the roof, I'm like, oh dude, that guy gets shot first.
Yeah.
Because this is straight up Western movie where you see people up on the second story or something. You know they're getting shot and you know they're tumbling head first over the.
This guy's conveniently standing over the horse trough.
Right. It's like oh jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, so he gets shot, and then they get everybody.
They managed to gather Charlie and Angie.
Yeah, but then somehow they ended up going different directions.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure how.
Is it? Yeah, Ellerby goes a different direction, and Hoff and the girls both go one direction.
And so then Ellerby's coming up, and he sees somebody come out of the smoke, pulls his gun. And then Hoff has his gun. They look like they're going to do the friendly fire thing because the smoke is interfering. Mm-hmm. And then Ellerby recognizes Hoff. And he's like, oh. And then
Hoff shoots.
Yeah. And it's the old...
But shoots a dude who's creeping up behind him, of course.
Yeah. So, they're like, oh, okay. And they get all together. Run. And the guy who got shot was the guy who they sucker punched earlier.
Right. Poor Steve.
Yeah, Steve. It's like, my daughter gets up. Yeah, I got shot. Bang, fuck, I'm dead. They go through, instead of going out whichever way they came in, they go into this other part, this abandoned building thing. Right.
They decided, I think they decided that they can't leave the area before they finish the mission.
Yeah, we gotta murder everybody here.
Well, I mean, once you start the mission, it has the little zone.
Right. If you leave the parameters, the mission automatically fails.
Yeah.
Charlie just explodes.
Charlie!
Anyway.
Yeah,
so they're just creeping through this industrial ass area.
And so they hear like one of those big metal drums like get rattled because the guy chasing them bumps into it. And so they're like, okay, you guys, the girls go that way, and then Hoff and Ellerby post up behind some pillars. And then guys, not main guy.
Is there 2 or 3 guys in that one?
I think it's 2 guys now.
I think it's 2.
Yeah, there's the main and the
and his big guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So the leader and the heavy, and so they post up. Angie just sneaks up behind the big dude, just takes him out with a 2x4. Mm-hmm. Just hacksaw Jim Duggins' ass. Yep. And then Ellerby and the Hoff just totally tag team the other guy.
Yeah, they just whoop this guy.
Yeah.
They literally do the thing where one of them punches him and he recoils from the punch into the other guy's fist. Yeah. It's just like back and forth. That happens like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, they just like tennis punch him back and forth in a volley. And then they're like, when they meet up with Angie, they're like, okay, there's still one more. Angie's like, no, I got his ass. It's cool. Don't worry about it. And so after that, they're back at Knights now. They're like, okay, yeah, they got arrested. We got cops came, blah, blah, blah. Found the guys we shot.
which is okay.
Yeah. And Charlie is like, I'm sorry, Angie. And Angie's like, it's okay. I know you're a fuck up.
Yeah, basically. He's like, yeah, I know. I realize you're a moral, hedonistic psychopath.
Yeah. So it's just who you are.
Not everyone can be as good as me.
I think they also have. This is also where they have the conversation where what is it? Ellerby and Hoff are talking about the dude that Hoff shot.
Yeah, no, that's
Is that
later.
later?
Yeah,
Is that
that's later.
Okay.
So, she's going to the airport, and leaving, and she asks Angie, "Do you want to go to the airport?" Or Angie offers to go to the airport. She's like, and she's like, "No, it's fine." And so she goes off to the airport, and then now, twist ending.
The camera shifts to the airport,
Yep.
where Charlie is at this point.
Mm-hmm. And she goes up to a locker, opens up the locker, pulls out the real briefcase full of money. And you're like, ah. And she turns around, and who's there? The fucking Hoff's there. And he brought the police. So she gets arrested. And yeah.
She has to say good. She has to.
Yeah.
Angie has to be there and be disappointed at her.
Yep. I knew you were a fuck up essentially.
Yeah, it was a thing where they set the trap and hoped that she wouldn't fall into it, but she did.
Yep. And now, back at Nights again. This is where Hoff feels like shit for shooting a guy. Ellerby's like, "Dude, you saved my life. It's cool. Like, that guy was gonna murder me. He's gonna murder my fucking brains out."
He's like, yeah, he's like, you feel bad, but you shot the dude who was gonna shoot me, so
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but he was going to shoot you.
It's like, the only thing better than splitting our shitty pay 3 ways is splitting it 2 ways. And then Angie like shows up, and Donna pulls her aside. Like, "I'm sorry about being such a stone cold bitch to you earlier. I really didn't mean it like that."
That is basically the situation. Yeah, because oh jeez, that was brutal. Anyway,
Yeah, she like laughed when she said it. She's like, "Yeah, you're poor."
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then Angie was just sitting there.
Yeah.
She because they're walking together, like going back into Nights, and Angie's she's like, "Yeah, your boy," and then Angie just stops.
Yeah, you just see like the just crestfallen face.
She just stops. Donna never stops walking for a second.
Yeah.
She never stops. She doesn't break her stride the least bit. Doesn't even look backwards.
No.
And so Angie just sitting there, sad in the parking lot, and then she gets kidnapped.
Yeah. Yeah, Donna is definitely diagnosed. Badass bitch syndrome in this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, she was boring in the last episode. At least now with her zero fucks given character, and there's something to get behind.
Yeah, it's true. I appreciate. Before she was just like, who cares about this? Who cares about this lady? But now it's like, oh well, she just gives no fucks to anybody.
Yeah, so she apologized about that, and she's like, "Oh, I wouldn't say boring. I'd be like predictable." And she's like, "That's worse." And she's like, "Dependable."
Other synonyms or related words.
She's like, "You know what? I'm gonna get you a drink." And she's like, "Okay." So she's like, "I know what you want. You want a margarita, no salt." Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Because she's been here like 3 days, and she already knows exactly what she drinks every time.
Basic.
And then Angie just like walks over to the table with Hoff and Ellerby, and just fucking makes out with Hoff right in front of Ellerby.
Right? Yeah. She drinks a little bit of her drink and gives Hoff a look while he's talking with Ellerby. She's like, "No, I decided I'm gonna do it."
Yeah.
Walks over and just starts kissing the Hoff.
Yeah, Ellerby's like, "All right, I guess this is going down now. I'm just sitting here like an asshole."
It's like, okay, sure, fine.
Well, I mean, it's either that or just do the hands underneath.
I mean, I would have liked it if Ellerby had done that. Frankly.
And then once the kiss ends, like Don just comes by and she's like, "You get it, girl."
And the weird thing too is that the only explanation is of course just because she wanted to.
Yeah.
So and then it goes like it starts shifting to the credits, and they're just kind of weird, silently sitting at the table, like they're like Hoff and Angie are clearly awkward about the situation.
Yeah, Angie's like, "This doesn't mean we're like doing anything. I just wanted to do that."
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not interested in you.
And we're not dating or anything. I just wanted to make out with you.
I'm not interested in you actually. I just wanted to kiss you right now.
Yep.
Yep. And then in the night.
yeah. And then the credits. So, that's like awkwardness to credits, which is really is the takeaway there.
Yeah. This is the other funny thing though, is like there was the whole thing where like last episode I felt like, oh, they're abandoning the Angie and Hoff thing, but now they're gonna do like a Donna and the Hoff thing, because that's where it seemed like it was going. There was like a thing back and forth with them.
I didn't feel that way, but
It all felt a little bit like that. Like he was doing way more with her than he was with, like, Andy in the past few episodes. Like, oh, maybe they're gonna try to do the thing with her now.
I could see that. But I did feel that way. It felt to me like that he was just being generally flirty, like he does.
I mean, he does want to get in every chick's pants in the show, possibly at the same time. Yeah. Yep. Still, Lou Rawls still in the credits, by the way. Even though I'm pretty sure he's dead to the show now.
Yeah. Lou Rawls' appearances are now whenever he gives a fuck.
Which is never. I think they even quit using, like, moving footage of him in the credits. It's just a picture now.
I thought it was still moving picture of him.
And like we said before, we have no idea what the fuck Eddie Cibrian's character actually...
No. He's a non-character still.
Yeah. We just know that Ellerby told him to eat. That's all it is. Probably just gave him a cooler full of chicken.
So that was it?
Pretty much.
The entire episode?
It was a very not wacky episode.
No. The wackiest thing was just throwing grenades all over the place. Which is pretty wacky, I'll give you that.
So on a scale from 10 to Cleopatra 25.
Now see, that I don't know what to do with that scale. Yeah, there just isn't a lot to say about this episode, is the thing. Like, the other episode, the previous episode had some general just weirdness, and they tried to make some of the stuff they tried to hide some of the information, but with this one, you know what's going on from the start.
Yeah.
You have like all the information you need as a
So they tried
viewer.
to Columbo it.
Yeah, you have all the information you need from the start. There's no possible mystery about any of the stuff. The only question is that did she really lose her luggage at the airport? Because it's not clear about that. She just shows up in L.A. and she says she doesn't have her luggage.
Yeah. But other than that, everything's pretty well laid out.
But it's quickly established that she's a fucking liar.
Yeah.
And a good one.
Yeah.
She just lies constantly all the time.
No, not played by a good actress, by the way.
No.
The actress was terrible.
No. Yeah.
At first, I thought she was maybe English was a second language for a second. And then I'm like, does she have an accent? Or is she just that wooden speaking?
Yeah. No, which weirdly makes her better at lying, because it's hard to get a read on her.
Yeah.
I remember we had somebody at Toys R Us. It was in our zone. I forget her name. It was a little redhead. But I remember she had a speech impediment, and someone was like, "Is that a New York accent?" And she's like, "Yeah. How'd you know?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I know." He laughed, and I go, "You just have a lisp, don't you?" She's like, "Yeah."
I think I remember that one.
Yeah, this is the problem with the new second half of the season, Baywatch Nights. It's more competently done story-wise, but just less interesting overall.
Right. Like, the last episode at least had something interesting going on with it. There was, as I mentioned, there's a bit of intrigue in it. Whereas this one's just like, okay, yeah, Angie meets her wild child sister, who's a fucking liar, and it's basically just the whole, oh, she's a boring one, but she's the one who isn't shitty.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, no bicycle wizards.
No. Yeah, meanwhile, there's no bicycle wizards, there's no underwater fist fights.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody getting, drowned to death by a guy with a snorkel. None of the
Yeah.
none of the crazy things. Instead, the only interesting part we get is a backpack full of grenades.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's all very serviceable at the same time too.
Yeah. I don't feel like we're gonna get anywhere close to a Blues Boy again.
No, it doesn't feel that way. Like I could see them. It'd be hard to be that boring.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to be that boring and also competent.
But it just floats. I feel like it's floating in the same area, kind of close to the last episode.
Yeah. Well,
Was it 5.5?
5 repeating. That was episode 11. And then it's like right above episode 1 and right below the sex line one.
I'm not sure if it's above episode 1 though.
Is it above Kind of a Drag? That's 4.75.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And it's right around there too.
It's definitely close.
4.82?
Because I mean the bang.
Well, the question is it above Kind of a Drag?
Yeah.
Or is it below it? I'm not sure. I'm thinking about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think the backpack full of grenades might have pushed it over the edge for me. Because that part literally made me laugh when he just stood up and started throwing grenades.
Yeah. No, it was definitely. I definitely said "what" to my screen and started laughing.
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's what you always put in a hostage negotiation when you have people that you care about in a room.
Yeah,
right.
Is you just toss grenades.
It's like danger close for gunfire. We gotta go with grenades, precision grenades.
Yep.
Either that, or they're literally like fake grenades where they just have those little itty bitty flame explosions intentionally, and then they throw the smoke grenades.
Like the thing is if you wanted to like mess them up more, wouldn't it have been better to have flashbangs?
Flashbangs, yeah, no.
Flashbangs and smoke grenades would have taken care of the job better.
But flashbangs didn't exist at this time. not in television media.
So you're saying that like the grenades they had were just like just a can of gasoline with like a match that's sticking out the top,
No,
and you just start the match and throw it, and then it just does the.
No, what I'm actually suggesting is that those are what would be the word, like
Concussive?
No, like faux grenades. They're meant to just scare people.
No, it's fog grenades. They just explode in noodles.
They're just
The fuck grenades!
they're just
That's it in the bean sprouts.
they're basically literally just pyrotechnics.
Well, yeah, just like a can of gasoline with like a match sticking out of
Right,
it.
like that, but they look like grenades, so people think that they're.
Well, yeah, you pull out the pin and that's what starts the match, and you just throw it.
Yeah. But I don't know.
They're real close to each other. It's above pressure cooker.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
It's just it depends on where it is in relation to Kind of a Drag.
Wait, which one's pressure cooker? Is that the one with the chicken restaurant?
Yes, it is the one with the chicken restaurant.
Okay, making sure. I assume it's called pressure cooker.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and there's only so many episodes of chicken restaurants that we've seen. As much as Ellaby has tried to make that not true.
It floats.
It's definitely there. Like I said, I think I feel it's worse than the previous one just because it's just bleh, it's just out there.
Yeah.
Everything is obvious and bleh.
Yeah.
There's not even an attempt at subtlety
Yeah.
or whatever.
They've given up on the noir things, so they're not trying to mislead you as much anymore. They just kind of lay it out there for you. This is what's going on.
Well, let's see. Kind of.
4.63?
4.63 plus or minus 12.2.
Yes. Yeah, you got it. Exactly that. Exactly that.
4.63.
Why did we think this was a good idea?
Plus or minus. Now, is it going to be plus or minus 0.20 or 0.25? What's the margin of error on this one?
0.24.
0.24, okay. Just making sure.
I'm gonna have the next one's gonna be a fucking function. It's gonna be F close brackets.
Well, see, the next one is going to be...
When we get to the last episode, it's going to be the imaginary number in that bitch.
Well, see, the thing is...
The radical of -1.
It's going to be like derivatives. Like, this episode is like shorting episode number 21. It's like, if episode 21's good, this episode is going down. This episode... That's what it's going to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we knew we had to get into the weeds there because we gave us 1 to 10 scale.
Yeah.
Where no 2 episodes can be rated the same. And we've got 22 episodes to cram into this scale.
I know.
Actually, it's a 0.5 to 10 scale. Because we shoved Blues Boy below a 1.
That's true. Fucking Blues Boy. Shit episode.
The worst. Oh. Yep. So. Next episode. I already forgot what next episode was called. Fam.
Payback.
So, any predictions on what Payback? Let's see.
I mean, I would assume it has something to do with revenge.
No.
I mean, it could just be that they, for how boring they're starting to get, he may have just forgotten to turn in a library book. And he has to...
Late charge on Wuthering Heights or whatever.
All right, so the writer,
Old Man in the Sea.
the writer of this episode did the teleplay for Just a Gigolo, and also co-credit on the teleplay for Pressure Cooker.
Oh, nice Pressure Cooker.
But his writing partner, who we worked with on those episodes, or on one of the episodes, not involved.
Payback, huh? I mean, I of course want it to be that Lou Rawls is pissed and he's out for blood.
Also, one thing about this episode, exactly 0 of it takes place at night.
Yeah.
No, one part. Angie's, and when they're at the bar and Angie's outside. That's the only part that takes place at night.
Yeah.
There's more scenes at the bar nights than there is at night.
I forgot to keep track of the day of the time of day because that's always been a thing. I just assume it's a day now.
Yeah, it's hardly ever dark out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the day scenes.
Why would Baywatch Nights be filmed at night?
Yeah. Why would we have the psychic when we're gonna go into deep sea monsters and werewolves?
And supernatural bullshit.
Yeah.
Personally, I think.
Wow, this description. I forgot this description of Thin Blood.
Okay. I'm personally hoping that Payback is a alibi story, so it has something to do with something in his past. But that's still open.
All right, so this one is Mitch's old rival, Albert Romero, asks for help in searching for his wife, whom he suspects was kidnapped by the mob.
More mob stuff.
Yep. And see, this is why I said that I forgot the description for Thin Blood. It starts with Ryan is taken hostage by gangsters. That takes place at like minute 38.
Yeah. Which is telling because
And they're like 42-minute episodes.
yeah, that really does summarize that episode for a lot in general, just because there's a lot of sort of nothing. It's not exactly nothing because it's sort of character stuff for Angie.
Yeah, and it's very like the plot just A to B to C to D. It just goes in a linear progression. There's no like twists.
So you're saying they should have renamed this episode Hypothetical Syllogism? It just goes...
And yeah, it's... Oh, boy. Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah, I'm just not sure, man. That mid-season break is... I don't like the post mid-season break work so far.
I mean, it's like we've said, it's a lot less wild than previously, which of course that was part of the charm.
Yeah, by part of it, I mean pretty much all of it.
Yes, and like as it is, it's just a serviceable show. It's just like, oh, there's Baywatch Nights on. You can sort of watch it in the background.
Yeah,
and keep up with what's going on. Oh no, Hoff's in trouble. He's fighting a guy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Hoff's trying to get into someone's
that's
pants.
the funny thing is the competence level has gone way up on everybody. Like they were all shitty at their job in the first.
Right. Yes. That is the thing. Is the dumb writing in a lot of the early episodes was just made the characters just seem really stupid.
And not even just that, but also like Hoff never won a fight before like episode 8. It's like
also true.
He's just constantly getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, it's just they like the competence level all around, like of the cast and crew and the characters, it seems to have risen considerably. In the past couple of episodes, but
yeah, it's like,
but at what cost?
It's like they've It's not quite
Destiny. That's what's coming. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Best character.
It's not quite. It didn't start out in the kooky, I can't believe this is happening Steven Seagal era, but it was closer to that.
Yes.
And then it just got to the boring Steven Seagal era, like back in time. Exactly. So maybe it'll end up at the good Steven Seagal era, like
one can only hope.
Where he was in shape and had like 1.5 good movies.
Well, it could be that since this is about this is like halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Is that they didn't like the way that the early episodes were going.
No, that's for sure. That mid-season break.
So they're trying to do it more straight. And now they're not going to like how that went.
Yeah,
and then they go to season 2 and just werewolves everywhere.
Yeah, just X-Files. So. Yeah, so we know that they're just looking for answers. This is the show that doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're soul searching.
Yeah,
when it comes down
they're like Baywatch is just making money hand over fist. How come this weird thing about the lifeguard also being a detective, having 2 full-time jobs at the beach,
and apparently still being broke?
Well,
he never seems broke. He is always looking for money at the same time.
Yeah.
Like he never seems to lack money to do what he wants or anything, but
Ellerby and Angie seem broke.
Angie especially seems broke. Ellerby seems pretty broke. He's harder to read.
Yeah.
In that respect.
Yeah. But I mean, Angie's living in that trailer,
right? Well, it's because since you know everything about her character, about how she inherited the office,
yeah,
and she just moved there, and she just got this trailer. She's not established like Hoff is.
Yeah,
wherever Hoff is living, he either owns it or he's been paying for it forever.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the mortgage on that thing's like $12.
Yeah, so he's there's no problem for him.
Yeah,
and then but you also have Ellerby who used to be a cop, and now he's forced to do this.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to have another job on the side.
No.
And we know that they don't pay well.
No, they don't. And the red car, not in this episode either.
Still not seeing it.
They might have sold the Acura.
Yeah, that's another thing I've still noticed missing. That Hoff doesn't have the car that he stole.
Yeah. Because they used to show it all the time.
Yeah. It was,
Any chance they had to go somewhere, they're like, oh, we got to shoot the Acura. And now they're like, no. We had to sell that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it was because they had, an actual, agreement with them that sure, we'll drive an Acura and you'll give us money. And then they looked at the bicycle wizard and were like, I don't know about this.
It's probably the case.
They were fools.
Yeah.
They were like, Blues Boy, I don't know. We're gone.
I think that killed it.
That probably did it.
Yeah, because that was like right before the.
That was very close to with the way it stopped appearing.
Yeah, well, because the mid-season break was the episode after that. Kind of a Drag was the last episode before the break.
Yeah,
I think that just killed the good old the good old days of Baywatch nights.
either that or Destiny's took it with her.
Yeah, maybe.
Or more likely,
you think it could have been her actual car?
More likely Lou Rawls. It could be her actual car. More likely Lou Rawls just said, I'm taking this car.
No, to be fair, the car appeared way after Destiny did.
Yeah.
Destiny left the show a long time ago. Now, it could have been Lou Rawls' car.
It could have been Lou's Rawls. That makes a lot more sense.
Lou's like, yeah, he can use the Acura. Just don't put any dents in it. I don't want my paint job scratched.
Maybe that's why he was kind of a dick about the whole pumpkin spot thing.
Probably, yeah. And as soon as Hoff scratched the paint, Lou's like, I'm fucking out of here.
Nope, done. Well, I had one condition. You scratch the paint on this fucking Acura, I'm walking.
Yeah.
And you keep me in the credits.